Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I want to talk about something that every collector goes through at some point, and that's how our collecting habits change over time. You might start off with one focus, like just collecting the games you grew up with playing, but before you know it, you're chasing hidden gems, building full console libraries, or even dipping into imports. And that's exactly where I found myself lately. I've started picking up Japanese games. After attending Southeast Game Exchange this year, I found myself searching online for ways to purchase Japanese games. After watching another YouTuber, I found the site surugaya.com. Their prices seem really reasonable, and they often have sales and free shipping. Now I know prices may not compare to what you can pay in local Japanese stores, but it seems to be better or comparable to retailers in the US. And the quality is for sure a step above. I've got a stack of recent pickups here that I'm excited to show you, but first I want to talk a little bit about how and why our collecting habits evolve, and what I've noticed as I've gotten deeper into the Japanese side of things. When I first started collecting, my focus was simple. I wanted to rebuild the library of games I had as a kid. You know, that feeling of walking into a game store, spotting that cartridge you used to play for hours, and finally bringing it home again. For me, that nostalgia was the big driver. But over time, something funny happens. Once you've grabbed all the heavy hitters from your childhood, you start looking for new challenges. Maybe you go after hidden gems you've never played before. Maybe you chase a complete set for a certain console. Or maybe, like me, you get curious about what's happening outside of North America. What games we missed out on. I think that's the beauty of collecting. It's not static. It's a living, breathing hobby that changes with your interest. The games on my shelf today don't just represent what I played growing up, they represent different phases of my collecting journey. And diving into Japanese games has been the latest evolution for me. So let's talk about why Japanese games, especially Super Famicom, are so appealing. First, price. Some North American games are insanely expensive these days, especially popular RPGs or certain platformers. But the Japanese versions, often a fraction of the cost. For example, something like Final Fantasy VI, super pricey here, but way more affordable as a Super Famicom cart. Same gameplay, same experience, just in Japanese. Second, exclusives. Japan has a ton of games that never made it over here. Entire series sometimes skipped North America, which means if you're only collecting US releases, you're missing out on a whole experience. It feels like unlocking a secret library. And the third thing has to be the aesthetics. Honestly, I just love how Super Famicom cartridges and box art look. The colors are brighter, the labels pop differently, and even the fonts feel unique. When you line them up on a shelf, they have such a distinct look compared to our chunky Northern American and SNES carts. Now, it's not all sunshine. There are trade-offs. Language barriers can be a real hurdle, especially for RPGs or text-heavy adventures. Action games and platformers, though, totally playable with little to no Japanese knowledge. And shipping can add to the cost if you're importing directly from Japan, but overall the benefits far outweigh the downsides for me. Alright, let's get into the fun part, my latest pickups. And first, we're going to look at the Super Famicom games. Let's start off with a classic, and that's going to be Super Mario Kart. Then I picked up Ogre Battle. After that, I picked up Mystery of the Fire Emblem Arms. I then picked up a classic arcade game, and that's going to be Space Invaders. After that, I picked up Super Bomberman 2. Next, I picked up Down the World. And after that, I picked up Wonder Project. I then went with another classic SNES game, and that's going to be Pilot Wings. And the last Super Famicom game is going to be Fida, the Emblem of Justice. And of course, I didn't just stop at Super Famicom. I picked up a few other games as well, and that first game is going to be Puyo Puyo Sun 64. I then went with a whole bunch of PS3 games, because if you're not aware, the North American PS3 will actually play Japanese imports, and it's not region locked. So the first game I picked up was The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. And since I picked up that game, I decided to pick up The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2. I went with another classic, and that's Dragon Quest Heroes 2. After that, I picked up Tales of Berseria. And then I decided to pick up a One Piece game, and that's going to be One Piece Unlimited World R. And the last PS3 game that I picked up to add to my collection this week is going to be a big box game, and that's Acel World Silver Wings Awaken, and it's the limited edition version that comes with the big box set. So yeah, my collecting habits have definitely shifted over time. I started with nostalgia, then moved into hunting for hidden gems, and now I'm diving into imports. And that's one of the biggest things about this hobby. It's flexible. You don't have to collect the same way forever. You can reinvent your collection based on what excites you in the moment. For me, Japanese games are certainly piquing my interest right now. They're affordable, unique, and they breathe fresh life into my collecting journey. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Have your collecting habits changed over the years? Are you still focused on the same stuff, or have you branched out into something new, like imports or complete sets? Let me know down in the comments. I'll catch you guys on the next one.